Holger Rune is making waves as the best Danish tennis player right now, and man, has he hustled to earn that title. He's part of the new generation of tennis stars on the ATP Tour, aiming for that #1 spot alongside big names like Alcaraz and Sinner. But Rune's road hasn't been easy. He's had his fair share of controversy, from clashes on the court to frequent coach changes and battling to find his rhythm in the game. So what's the real scoop on Holger Rune's roller coaster journey? Rune made headlines again by rehiring his childhood coach, Lars Christensen, just before the Six Kings Slam, reigniting their unique tennis language to refine Rune's serve and revamp his game. Amidst constant coaching changes, this move signals a push for stability. However, Rune faced a tough loss to Alcaraz 4-6, 2-6 in the exhibition match in Saudi Arabia, highlighting the Dane's challenges. Born just 6 days apart, Rune and Alcaraz were once neck and neck, but while Alcaraz has claimed 4 major titles, Rune is still finding his footing. Rewinding to 2022, the tennis world buzzed with Rune's name. As Nadal faced physical challenges and Alcaraz won his first Grand Slam, Rune had his breakout season. Rune clinched his first title in Munich, defeating Alexander Zverev 6-3, 6-2, and stunned the home crowd.
And that will...
He reached the Roland Garros quarterfinals, taking out Stefanos Tsitsipas, and post-Wimbledon, he's shown in Sofia, Basel, and triumphed in Stockholm. But it was in Paris where Rune truly made his mark, overcoming Djokovic in a thrilling final 3-6, 6-3, 7-5. As the landscape of tennis evolves, Rune's journey from a promising newcomer to a potential tennis titan is one to watch. Since then, it's been more of a roller coaster for Rune. We've seen incredible highs and some real lows. One major issue we've identified: his coaching carousel. With coaches coming and going, Rune's path to tennis stardom has been anything but smooth. With Patrick Mouratoglou in his corner, for example, Rune soared to world number 4. But they've split and reunited 3 times, showing a pattern of unpredictability. His mom even hinted at ego clashes being a factor of separation. It's been messy, that's the least we can say. The Danish star, just 21, has tried on several high-profile mentors for size, including a brief stint with Boris Becker and work with Roger Federer's former coach, Severin Luthi. But this didn't work out either. Now, Rune is back with his childhood coach Lars Christensen for the 3rd time, defending his rapid coach changes as a quest for the right fit. "I've learned a lot from each coach," Rune declared. "After sticking with one coach for 15 years, exploring different perspectives was crucial for my growth." Despite the turbulence, Rune has no regrets about his coaching shuffle, viewing it as necessary for his evolution. His return to Christensen marks another chapter in his quest to climb back to tennis's elite ranks, coming after their successful stint together in late 2022, when Rune defeated 5 top 10 players in 1 week to win the Paris Masters and break into the top 10. Now, as Rune reteams with Christensen, the big question looms: can this reunion catapult him back to the top? What do you guys think? And now we'll need to cover another aspect of Rune's game. Sure, it might sound cliche, but the off-court inconsistencies are creeping onto the court. We've seen it unfold recently, and it's been a roller coaster. Just weeks ago, he made it to the semifinals in Tokyo, battling it out against fellow young gun Artur Fies. But then came the match against Taylor Fritz in Shanghai, a total nightmare. Fritz exploited his backhand all night, looking light years ahead tactically. And this isn't a one-off. Remember Rune's first-round US Open exit to Brandon Nakashima, where he only snagged 7 games? Or that 3-sets loss to Jordan Thompson at Queen's Club? Not to mention the crushing defeat to Jan-Lennard Struff in Munich 2-6, 0-6. Despite some solid performances earlier against Berrettini and Lehechka, it all fell apart in the last 16 of each tournament, making it to just 1 quarterfinal in his last 7 major tournaments this year. Rune's record is seriously off track, and for sure that's really not good for someone considered a top contender for the ATP #1 spot, duking it out with heavyweights like Carlitos and Sinner. But all these losses and results of Rune are a clear sign of inexperience. When things start slipping away, he struggles to regain control. Tennis is a ruthless sport, especially at the elite level. If he wants to take it to the next level, he's gotta iron this out. Now, one aspect directly linked to his inconsistencies on the court is his anger management issues. Let's put it this way. Rune seriously struggles to keep his cool on the court. We're talking about moments where he's insulting opponents and even yelling at family members during matches. If you want the full scoop of his emotional roller coaster, check out our previous video on Rune. Now, in elite tennis, controlling those emotions is crucial. If Rune can't keep his anger in check, he needs to learn how to channel that fire into something positive, turning it into a tool for better performance. The real challenge is overcoming mental adversity the moment it hits. That's what transforms raw talent into something legendary. Let's not forget, even the greats like Federer and Djokovic faced their emotional battles early on. They weren't born ice cold. They had to learn to master their emotions just like Rune tries to do now. Patrick Mouratoglou has even a wild comparison for the whole situation. Managing your emotions in tennis is like dealing with the alien in the movie Alien. It starts off small and harmless, but if you let it grow, it takes over. You start replaying missed shots in your head, and the more you dwell on it, the worse it gets. Mouratoglou puts it perfectly. The beast grows, and at some point, the beast is the boss, and then you're done. Live with the beast, but don't feed it. Rune has to recognize these moments when his emotions start to transform into something that can hold him back. Now, the next point might intrigue some people. Rune bafflingly seems to ditch strategy when he plays. Let's be real. Suggesting a pro like Rune doesn't do tactics is almost insulting. But look at the facts. The Dane is a beast on the court, lightning fast, nailing aces, dropping winners left and right. But even with all that firepower, Rune's game plan, or the apparent lack of one, totally flopped against Djokovic at Wimbledon this year. Took the Dane 13 attempts just to score a point. Pre-Djokovic match, Rune's ranking took a nosedive from number 4 to number 15 without sniffing a major final, while rivals like Alcaraz and Sinner are snagging titles. Rune's 2023, a disaster. Only 2 wins in massive upsets, looking way out of his depth. At this year's Wimbledon, instead of a comeback, Rune crumbled without a trace of strategy, doing all the running and failing to challenge Djokovic's movement. With no game plan and rookie mistakes, he didn't just fall short, he barely showed up. Now, although Rune has all the right tools for a top return game, he sits shockingly at 72nd in the world on return stats. Why? Unlike Stefanos Tsitsipas, who's about 20 spots up and known for his backhand hiccups, Rune has the balance, the reflexes, the whole package. But here's the twist. Rune swings for the fences on every return, hunting for those highlight reel shots. Sure, when he nails it, it's epic, but most times, it's a miss. Despite this glaring issue being totally fixable, Rune just won't make the tweak. Why stick to your guns when they're misfiring, Rune? And to add fuel to the fire, his instincts at the net seemed just as flawed. At one point in the third set against Djokovic at Wimbledon, Rune was 3 for 14 on net points, as poor a ratio as you're likely ever to see. While McEnroe doesn't call him a bad volleyer, bad choices plague his plays. And despite all his confidence and killer shots, Rune's stubbornness might just be his downfall. No adapting, no safety nets, just go big or go home. And while others discuss tactics, Rune's all about the mind game, not the ground game. It's high time Rune figured out that to stay on top, as a player, he needs more than just raw talent and gutsy plays. Here's hoping he tweaks his game, maybe cools it with the pickle juice, and turns it all around. But time's a ticking. Rune needs to snap out of this slump fast or risk becoming yesterday's news. Wrapping it up, despite the chaos of coaching changes and family drama, 21-year-old Rune's got major skills but a rocky road ahead. While Alcaraz is smashing records, Rune's got to lock in and stabilize. And with everything happening in his life, Rune's next moves are definitely ones to watch.